We all know it takes faith to trust God in the hard times. When things are not going the way we want or the way that we plan, it can be hard. It can be difficult to lean in on our faith, to trust God, to push forward. But did you know that we also have to have the faith to trust God in the good times? And it's actually in the good times that it's even harder for us to trust in God and believe Him. And you may be asking yourself why. Well, let me tell you why. Today we're going to talk about having faith in the good times. Having faith in the good times. Why it's so hard to trust God when things are going well? Well, let's talk about it. The reason it's so hard to trust God when things are going well is because things are the way we want. We have what we want. Things are going perfect. We're not crying. We're not boo-hooing. We're not falling out. We're not having to question God. If you notice that when things are going bad, we spend a lot of time in prayer. We spend a lot of time with our prayer partners, calling people, leaning on God, getting up, praising Him, doing what all we know to do to get ourselves in the right place or in the right space with God, because we are in the midst of a storm or we're in the midst of a hard time. We don't have the things we want. Things are not going the way we want them to go, and so we lean into God. But when we get what we want, how do we respond? How do we respond to harvest time? Basically is what it is. Because all those lean times, the times we're in a storm, they're like seed times. They're the times when we have to trust God. We're going to lose our minds. But what do we do when we get just what we've been asking God for? It's hard to think about God when everything is going right, when all the bills are paid, the children are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Our job is giving us a promotion and people are telling us how wonderful we are. What do we do with success hits? Where the YouTube channel blows up or the book sales are through the roof, or just things are going great. Your marriage is fine. Your kids are fine. And so we can easily become distracted. We can easily fool ourselves into thinking that this is all us and that we don't need God, and we drift away. That is so dangerous. It is so dangerous. That's just like the children of Israel. Every time they were doing good, every time they began to prosper, the enemies were not bothering them, they felt like they didn't need God and they would stray away. And the very moment they strayed away, God will pull them right back. They will go right back into captivity. Or us as people, we can go right back into a storm. So let us remember that even though things are going right, even though we're in the midst of harvest time and we're getting just what we want, that we have to lean and depend on God. Let us be like Job, who worships God in the good times and in the bad times. And because of his faith, he was blessed. He received double for his trouble. But speaking of Job, very quickly, so we don't get off of point, Job was tested because he served God in the good times. Remember, that's what the devil brought up. Hey, he's serving you because everything's going good. And so that's when God allowed the test to come. Now, that is an exception. But many times we are doing fine and we think we have, but we do need God. We do need God in the good times, in the bad times. We need God. God has to be the center of our universe. He has to be the center of who and what we are, because we know He is our maker and our creator. So good times, bad times, we need to stick with God and serve Him. Thank you guys for listening. This is Phil Wonder. She's a Too Cute Life. Listen, I'll see you guys in the next video.